So I am here at the mall very early in the morning. It's discount day, so I am very behind on films. So I am gonna try to bang out at least 2 to 4 films today, if possible. Seeing Backrooms, seeing what else? Scary Movie, if possible, Toy Story 5, and then that Furious film. I was thinking of Masters of the Universe, but it doesn't line up with when the other films are getting out. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get through as many films today as possible, and do some just quick mass reviews on everything I see. So hopefully I can catch up. Alright, so the first of the films I'm seeing today, Backrooms. Now, I already saw Obsession, was absolutely blown away. I actually got introduced to the older YouTube video a while back that this is based on. So I'm very curious to see how this one plays out. I really love that YouTubers are kind of taking over the box office right now. I've heard the experience is wild. The ending, answers are a little mixed, but I'm still looking forward to this. So I just finished with Backrooms, and I'm a little perplexed with the hype of this. Now, this is definitely something where it can be an anxiety-inducing experience, but not for as long as I was hoping for. A lot of it is kind of frustrating when you see people making such reckless decisions as they're exploring this place. Early on, one of the main characters is trying to convince someone else that this is real. And it's okay, you got your proof. Now why are you pushing this? And then someone else is exploring, and you're thinking, well, you wouldn't be foolish enough to do this on your own. Pretty soon things kind of fall apart, where it kind of feels like they're just trying something new every 20 or 30 minutes. The ending just perplexed me too much. I just didn't understand it. Alright, continuing my movie marathon today, I'm now about to go and see Scary Movie 6, technically. I was a big fan of the original. Haven't seen a lot of the other ones. I've seen clips from some of them, or stuff like Disaster Movie, Epic Movie. I was really hyped for this when I saw the trailer, but also worried that maybe they were throwing a little too much in there just for the sake of it. The reviews I've heard have been kind of mixed, but I'm gonna give this a shot, see what I think of it myself.
Guess who's back again?
We back!
So I just got out of Scary Movie 6. Now, my expectations for this were pretty low to begin with. Did I get some dumb, funny laughs out of it? Yeah, a few. It will make you chuckle here and there. The way the Wayans kind of promoted it, it feels like they were maybe exaggerating a little. There's certainly some jokes that really make you go, ooh, okay, you went there. But I definitely wouldn't say that it holds up like Scary Movie 1. A lot of the references to other films just feel like they are there just for the sake of being there. There's certain entire scenes you could actually cut out of the movie entirely and it wouldn't change a thing. They are purely there as if they had a checklist. There's even sometimes where they're so focused on making more references, it almost feels like they didn't realize the continuity issues. There's one Sinners part at early in the film that you could just cut out, and then there's another one from the trailer with the people with the banjos, and for a few moments I didn't even realize it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, those are 3 of the stars we already know from this movie, but they're acting out of character. And then when that scene ends, you just cut to the regular movie, and those same characters are there, but not dressed like Sinners characters, so it felt very off. Final reveals were alright, had some interesting comments to make. it's if you're looking for a dumb fun time, it's fine, but it's still not as good as the first. 2 movies down, 2 to go. Alright, I'm about halfway through my movie marathons. Up next is Toy Story 5. This is a film I've been a little nervous about, only because I really love the original trilogy. I was not a fan of Toy Story 4. And some of the reviews say, still pretty good, but not as good as the originals. I'm hoping that it sticks to its messaging and doesn't lose focus. And I hope they at least give us more hope for what's to come and not make us think, okay, you need to just stop this now.
You got a friend in me.
So I've seen Toy Story 5 now, and I'll say I think maybe a 6th film might be a bit of a risk. Now, this film's definitely better than Toy Story 4. Like, much better. This feels like a good story to be telling with the problems with technology and kids and socializing. And Jessie is definitely the star of this. Her arc, really solid. The payoff is fantastic. The conclusion with their kid and the ending of that story, great as well. Like, the final payoff is the strongest part of this film. It is a little bit scattershot, though. There is like a whole subplot that starts at the beginning that kind of feels like it takes a while before you figure out where this is going. I feel like there's a few other interesting ideas they could have thrown in here. Woody doesn't feel the most essential. Most of the original toys are kind of just like relegated to the background. Like I said, sometimes it strains a little credibility with like what the toys can do, how they're not getting caught. It kind of goes a little all over the place. Again, in the end, a nice payoff, but I think it could have been tuned up a little. There is a mid-credit scene that actually I really dug where they were going, but I also think that could have had a much better payoff if they had picked a different location that could have felt like they were making a change to like more kids. But overall, decent experience. All right, on to my last film of the night. I am about to go see The Furious. This one really wasn't on my radar for a while, and then a bunch of people just started hyping this one. Said it's like a classic old-style action movie that we've been missing for years, so I'm curious to see it. I'll probably try to see Masters of the Universe at another time and some of the other films that have just come out, but 4 films today. That's my limit. Okay, movie number 4, and I definitely think I saved the best for last. That's a wrap on today. So I'm just getting out from the action film Furious, and I definitely saved the best for last. This just feels like that iconic, classic, like martial arts, visceral action film. Probably one of the best I've ever seen. The opening act alone, some of the stunts take me back to like Bach, or as crazy as it even sounds, some of like Kate Bishop's moves, like gliding on the floor or the ice during Hawkeye, or some of like the street fighting in the live action Yu Yu Hakusho series, with some of like the jump kicks, not to mention something with a car. There's a lot of clever use of weapons with like a hammer. There's one dude that they're constantly having to fight in the film who is just an absolute beast. It's definitely like one of the best I've seen in a very long time. I would say the only gripe is one, it feels like it goes a little too long in the final act, a little too far at points. certain choices characters are making don't really make sense. Kind of like they're trying to just drag it out as long as possible. Like one character in particular, you're thinking, why is he fighting these two and not just the others? Certain choices characters are making earlier in the film, you're thinking, how do you not see that this person's corrupt? There's certain injuries that are sustained, like in the live action movies, where you're thinking, how are you even able to move, or how are you not dead already? But overall, this is still one of the best action films I've seen in a long time, that just from start to finish had us like wincing, like viscerally wincing at points, like absolutely shocked at the directions they go, like some of the violence with like the hammers or chains or mallets or whatever. It's they really cooked with the furious. I'm very impressed with this one. This might be at my top 10 at the end of the year. I just have to see how much that last like 15, like 20 minutes or so kind of hurts the film for me. But it really does not take away from anything else. I think it's just something that could have just been trimmed down a little, but still might be top 10 favorite action films or martial arts films of all time.